Anyway, I'm just letting you know that I'm well aware of it. I've noticed I've also started telling you like where I go wrong, and I want to let you know that I'm aware of it. Just FYI, I'm aware of it. We're back with another educational beauty video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do ultra thin eyeliner. It's super easy and it's a technique that I use a lot, and I've had so many of you guys ask me, how do you do that look? So here you go. Now if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'm over on Instagram where you can catch me with reels, unboxing, and just generally what I get up to when I'm not filming on YouTube. Now let's head straight into the video. How to do ultra thin eyeliner with a lift. This is a look that I use on a regular basis because I feel like, basically I used to wear eyeliner all the time, and I kind of like stopped wearing it all the time because I felt like my kind of look that I was doing was kind of very like feline, very thick, and I love it and I still love it. And you know what, now that I'm talking about it, I feel like I need to do that again because I haven't done it in so long. But I kind of like, you know, have slowly gravitated more towards a more understated eye look for everyday wear, you know. So I'm not talking about the kind of looks that sometimes I show you on my YouTube channel, because those are when maybe I'm going out for the evening, or maybe it's a special occasion, or, you know, event that I want to utilize the products of the brand that I'm going to, or, you know, all of you may not always wear very understated makeup, and I really want to show you glam looks for you guys too. Day to day, I generally prefer a more understated look. Now, understated to me doesn't mean it's going to look understated on you, because obviously I like that little bit of extra makeup. Like even now I have lash extensions on, you know, just because I've got a busy, you know, month, and I just want to kind of like not have to worry about that at the moment. I did realize that over time I started to kind of make my, I'm sorry, I keep touching my nose because I don't know why, I feel like I've got allergies today, but like it's like full on like you know, my eyeliner started going thinner and thinner and thinner. And then I also did have quite a few people recently on my Instagram post where there was a couple of pictures that I've put up, like a few different ones where my eyeliner is really thin. And I had quite a few people, and some of you guys too, because I recognize your like profile pictures. Some of you have the same profile pictures as what you do on YouTube. So I recognize some of you where you've basically said, I really want to know how you did this eyeliner look. And all of them were kind of ultra thin. So I thought, let me do this to really show you how I do it, because it isn't necessarily the typical kind of like apply it at the beginning and then apply it all the way along. I really wanted to show you my way of doing that look. So it's like really thin eyeliner, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be gel or like liquid eyeliner. So I want to show you how I create that look, which is a little bit softer. Now you can kind of use any color that you want. You can use black, you know, black is the generic color, the go-to color for eyeliner, but I actually like to mix it up a little bit. So I like to do a kind of like where it's like slightly like, not, I don't want to show you a smudged eyeliner look, that's a different kind of look, but this still gives that look of the ultra thin eyeliner, which is a little bit lifted, but it isn't necessarily like harsh, you know. So I'm going to be using my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, and I'm also using my brush from Sigma, which is my E06 brush. I don't even know what to tell you about this brush. It literally is a must-have. Like, you need this brush, and don't forget you have a discount code with me, which is Nina Ubhi 10, so you get a nice discount off of that. Now this is like a very small, ultra like small, thin slanted eyeliner brush, and it is absolutely amazing. Now what I do, and I feel like this is going to actually work for a lot of you that maybe either, for example, don't have a steady hand, or you're not used to doing eyeliner, or it just never goes right. So this is perfect for you, because this is going to be, it's almost like, you know, like tracing paper. It's like, you know, when you kind of like create that really nice like precise line, and then you can go over it after and perfect it. This is similar to that. So what we're going to be doing is using our eyeshadow to create our base, that like layer, like our base shape, you know. I was trying to figure out how to say it, but your base shape, basically your shape, and then we're going to perfect it. So what I'm going to be using is the darkest, like second from darkest shade, which is actually matte 11 in this palette. So it's a really deep chocolate brown, because I really don't want to go all in with the black to begin with. Now what I'm doing is I'm kind of like pressing my brush into, so I'm pressing it there. I'm just literally pressing it like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically just squeeze the tip so it's super thin now, and it's also taken off any excess. Now, first thing I like to do is just kind of like mark a point where my wing is going to be. Now, because I want it a little bit lifted, what I want to do is basically look straight ahead into the mirror and just make a marker point where I know that I don't want it any lower than that. So that's where I've kind of like applied a little line there. It's a little line and that's it. Don't worry about like whether it's a little bit messy at the moment. Don't press too hard. Now what we're going to do is where that line is, we're going to just, let me get a mirror because I feel like I'm just like trying to make sure I get in the right direction. There you go, that's better. So what I'm going to do is I've got that marker point there. Now what I'm going to do is just drag it upwards a little bit. But basically I did it very like lightly, like I skimmed the skin. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of like with my finger drag it out so it's faded. Now that's all I'm going to do. It's very, very subtle, but you'll be surprised at how this actually kind of like change it. Like it just makes it so much more perfected. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye here. Do that little marker point. This eye is a little bit more hooded than the other, so I've really got to kind of like take my time on this one. There you go, I've got the line there. Now I'm going to just drag whatever's there. There you go. And now with my finger, gradually drag it out. There you go. Now I've got my kind of flick on either side, which is kind of like nicely faded out. Now this is where we're going to go into our black, and I'm basically going to just dip into the black, squeeze the tip like I did before, and this is where now I'm going to basically go on to, I think I've noticed this recently, I say the word basically a lot. Like, I don't know why, but I remember I was editing a video and I was like, oh my God, the number of times I said basic. I couldn't even cut it out because I was just like continuing my sentence so quick after it. But anyway, I'm just letting you know that I'm well aware of it. I've noticed I've also started telling you like where I go wrong, and I want to let you know that I'm aware of it. Just FYI, I'm aware of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to press really close to the lash line now. So I'm basically going a quarter of the way in from the end of the lash line, and I'm pressing on the root of the lash. Just pressing and dragging the smallest amount, not a lot. And then we're going to connect it to this wing. Don't kind of worry about trying to fill in the flick. You know where there's a dip there? Don't worry about filling that in yet. Right, so now we've kind of like applied the eyeliner, the black eyeshadow there. And we're going to do the same on this side. There you go. This is where this is really going to help you, because honestly it's so much better than using like liquid pen or gel. So this is where what I'm going to do is I've got black on the brush, and I'm basically going to kind of just touch the inner corner a little bit. So the top part of the lash line, go really close to the lash line and just go in a little bit, the tiniest amount. I've also heard some of you guys mention that, you know, have I got my eyelids tattooed? No. No, I would never do that. Like eyes or lips or anything like that, I would never do that. The most I've had done in my brows, but I would never tattoo anywhere on my face, like as in tattoo makeup, like the blush effect and all that kind of stuff, because I'm quite happy with how it is. I don't want to like add any of that. Plus I feel like when you wake up in the morning, you're going to look really weird. Like who looks like that? It's just going to look really bizarre. I'm basically like, I've just followed the natural line. And it's kind of like, and that's going to lengthen my eye a little bit as well. So now what I'm going to do is going to go back in with that black, and I'm touching the lash line. And I'm just pressing bit by bit. So you can see I'm not actually dragging. Really close to the lash line. And there you go. That basically is super, super thin, but we haven't finished yet. So I'm going to go over to the other eye. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now, I know that you might not want it to look as soft, right? So this is where we're going to go into gel, right? And we're going to actually like give it that nice eyeliner look. So this is kind of like our shape and everything done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the gel liner. I'm using my Inglot gel liner, and I'm going to stick with the same brush. Now, I am going to just coat this brush. Now, the Inglot gel liner is very, very good, but it also is very pigmented. So I like to coat the brush, and then I get a wet wipe and I just or a tissue, and I squeeze it with that, right? Because I don't want there to be too much product there. And then it's super, super thin. And this is where we're actually not going to touch that front section of the eye at all. What we're going to do is touch this like end section. So I'm going to start from quarter of the way in. And I'm going to basically press. So because I squeezed the gel liner on this tissue here, there's still excess left on there. So that's all I'm kind of dipping into, because otherwise I feel like if I dip into the gel, it's just going to be too much product. So, you know, be strategic about what you're using, like how you're using it. Okay, so now I'm pressing and I'm kind of filling in that little dip, but in a very, very like not too much. I don't want to make it thick. There you go. Can you see how different that looks now to the other side? And look at that side. It just looks more defined. It looks like you've actually done that all the way across the eye, but you haven't. So what you've done is you've just used like powder to kind of give it that eyeliner effect, but the actual gel, the really like deep pigmented color, is only really on this end bit here, and that it gives the illusion that you've done it all the way across. And also you don't have that worry of like kind of, you know, like it running or smudging or anything like that. So what we're doing is we're just kind of like going over this flick. Very little on the brush, by the way. Can you see now? Look at that. It's such a difference. I really want you to kind of see the difference there. Let me just like close my eyes a little bit. I don't know why my mouth is also closing, but you know what I was trying to do. Right, let's do it on the other side. So I've dipped it into the gel. I'm now gonna like squeeze it with this tissue, and I'm gonna now go from 1/4 of the way in. Very small movements. So like I'm not like painting it all the way across. That's basically it. So as you can see, it's ultra thin, and we haven't actually applied that gel eyeliner all the way across. So what we've done is kind of like a cheat code. We've used a black eyeshadow, a dark brown initially, just to kind of work our way up slowly. Then we've kind of like applied a black, and then we've gone in with the gel right at the end, and that gives the illusion of like ultra thin eyeliner. So it's not thick, it's just very subtle. You can do it thinner than this, and it's always going to look different on you to what it looks on me. For me, this is the right amount that gives me that ultra thin look, but for you, maybe you need to go a little bit thinner, you need to go shorter because maybe you've got smaller eyes, or maybe you need to even go a bit longer because you want to lengthen them a little bit. So they're all different things that you can do to adjust the shape of it so that it does actually kind of like suit you as well. But hopefully this technique has shown you that there is a very easy way of creating that ultra thin eyeliner look without actually having to apply eyeliner all the way across. So there's always a way that you can do it, and I'm sure you guys, you know, most of us have like a dark brown or a black, or both, you know. And what I would say is worth investing in is this brush, which is the E06 brush. Honestly, it's the best eyeliner brush I've ever used. It's amazing. I have quite a few of them because I feel like they work for different shades, and you know, it doesn't kind of sprout out at the end after a little while. It keeps its shape. It's just a really good brush, and I really love that it's easy to kind of mold against the skin. It's not too hard. I do want to just finish off with some mascara on my lower lashes. So I'm just going to grab my Pillow Talk mascara from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just going to apply it to my lower lashes. Now there's a fat side to this and there's a thin side, and yeah, so you can see that there. Now I like to use the thin side on my lower lashes because it's just like the perfect size to be able to just brush through my lower lashes. So I'm just gonna like kind of brush through them. What I do is I actually just kind of like touch the tips. I brush through halfway through. That didn't even make sense. So basically what I do is I just apply the product. I apply the brush from halfway down the lashes, and then I brush through. So I don't go from the root, because otherwise that gives you a totally different look, because it just ends up defining the root of the lash, and it just looks not how I want it to look, basically. Just to finish off, I just want to check that you have actually subscribed to my other channel, because I have a vlog channel, and I'm just, you know what, at this point, because I'm filming, at this point, I don't think I've even like announced it on like my posts and stuff, but by the time you see this, you know, you guys will know about it. But at this point, I'm still super excited about it, because I'm like, oh my God, I can't tell anyone. So there's only very few people that actually know about it, just a couple of friends, and that's it, and my sisters basically, and that's it. So all like whatever feedback I'm getting is just from all of them. And they're probably just saying nice things just to like keep me happy. So I'd really love you guys to kind of give me honest feedback. If there's anything you want to see, because it's a lot more kind of, it's a bit more of a broad channel. So like you can cover so much more. So with this channel, it's always going to be makeup, beauty, you know, like that's it. But with that channel, I feel like there's so much more we can cover. So if there's anything you want to see, then, you know, please do let me know, because it's a bit easier for me to cover other stuff, you know. Beauty, always this channel. So any beauty questions like makeup, all that kind of stuff, I'll always try and answer it through a video. But, you know, over there, it's a bit more kind of active, you know, coming to events with me, all that kind of stuff. Different stuff that we can do. I'm really excited to have you there because I feel like it's a bit more interactive and like, you know, it's just different. So anyway, wherever you are in the world, I do hope you're having the best day ever. I do hope that this video has helped you. I do hope that you end up creating this look, because I love it when I see your posts when you show me, okay, I've done this look, and then you tag me, because I always look at them, always read your comments. It means the world to me, and I love you guys just so much, honestly, so much. And I just love, very quickly, I love that you guys leave me such amazing comments. How funny is this? Someone left a comment last week and they were like, oh my God, it's so obvious these comments are paid for. I literally sat there and I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, my subscribers, my YouTube family are so nice that there's a random person that thought they're paid for. Guys, can we just like make it known that is not the case? Yeah, I mean, it's not even like you guys are just leaving like emojis and stuff. I know that like, you know, I've heard of like people doing that, but like I literally sat there and I was like, obviously I didn't like give the person the satisfaction of a reply. I was just like, whatever. It just made me laugh. But you guys, do you know what it made? That comment actually made me happy, because it actually made me think, I'm so proud of my channel. I'm so proud of the community that we've created here. It is just niceness. I don't as always, don't know if that's actually a word, right? As always, but you know, we all accept each other here no matter what. So I love that we've created a community here that is just goodness. Now I know that's a word, it's goodness, right? And I feel so proud and blessed to have this community and to be part of this community, because and if I were you guys, every single one of you watching who is part of this community and subscribe to this channel, I think you should be very proud of yourselves, because it is not often, I feel like, in today's world that you have a community that purely feed off of good, because there is so much else going on in the world, and you know, things, you know, there are people who think it's acceptable to write mean things online and who troll people and all that kind of stuff, and it's really not nice. The fact that we've got such a good community here, it just makes me feel so happy that it shows that there is still so much goodness in the world, and that's all we're thriving off of over here on this community. And I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of all of you, and I'm proud of this whole community, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so excited for it to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because the more people we have here in this community, just imagine how much better that makes you feel, you know, that all you're doing is just throwing off good energy, good vibes, and you're all just bouncing off one another. And I love seeing your conversations that you have too, by the way. So like I've said a million times, I read your comments and I read the threads, and sometimes you guys start having conversations with one another, and you know what I love is that you start making each other feel good, because you're like, one person's like, oh, you know, I just feel like my lines are really obvious, and then someone else is like, no, but you can do this, there's this video that you can go to that Nina did, and go there and it will show you this, and you're helping one another. Like, that's amazing. I don't want you to only look at this channel and think, oh, Nina gives us all this free content. I want you to also look at yourselves and look at the person that you're talking to online, on this channel, on my videos, because you're helping one another too. Enough of this, like, this whole like chit chat, whatever you want to call it. Like we're getting really kind of emotional here, but well, I am anyway. But anyway, I wanted to really share that with you, and I do hope that you have the best day ever. I hope you end up trying this look and it looks amazing on you. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.